Ron was right.
Okay, I'm going to trust. We're in Siman Taf Reish Zayin. I'm going to go back a Sif Dalid. This is where we left off the last time. Avoynos sheizvad aleim Yom Kippur b'sha'avar v'lo shana aleihem. A person did an avera. He ate chazer last year. Let's talk about a real case. The guy bought meat from a kosher butcher, and in the middle of the year they found out that the kosher butcher was selling treifa meat. This story, Mr. Fern, you're familiar with such stories? Yeah. So I know that I ate not kosher meat. So comes Yom Kippur. So I say vidui on that chet. By the time the next year comes around, you switched your butcher, right? And we assume that you're eating kosher this year. So there's no reason to say that you should say vidui again, right?
If you believe, say you never know. Only if you believe that you did a full tshuva on it, that's a pretty.
Okay, so I'm not sure. I know what those words mean. I'm not sure I know what it means.
Yes.
Okay, and this is actually a machlekes in the Gemara. If a person could say should say vidui again on an avera that he did the year before, is it like kekelev sheshov el kiyoi? I don't know how you translate that exactly in the vernacular in English, but yeah, but what is it? How do you say it in English?
Regurgitating the same.
Yeah, but I'll just quote.
Wallows in iniquity. English was English.
Okay, I'll just share with you a fascinating vart from one of the great Polish Rebbes. Someone came to him once, and he said, Rebbe, I'm a Baal Tshuva. So he said, Lo shenapta averis. When I say that I'm a Baal Tshuva, I'm still holding on to my averis, right? You should be past being a Baal Tshuva. Can you explain that to me in English? I'm not sure I understand what that means.
I don't know if he's holding on to his averis. He about you. He can stand where tzaddik can't stand.
I don't understand it. Everyone has to do some tshuva on something on a yearly basis.
Okay, well, when we say a person is a Baal Tshuva, we're talking about a person who went from being irreligious to being religious, right?
That's not who did avera, is an tshuva. He's an expert. All about tshuva. Mastered the art of tshuva. So it's a good thing. Take with you to the next year, no?
Yeah. So, but when a person says he's a Baal Tshuva,
means he did an avera and then he did tshuva.
I'm not arguing with you, but when you say that a person is a Baal Tshuva, what do you say?
He has to change his ways.
That's right. And we're talking about not a specific avera that the person did. We're speaking about a whole lifestyle, right?
Why can you not be specific avera?
It could be, but when the person says he's about
Nowadays in
tshuva,
the vernacular, yes. When I say I'm about tshuva, it means I used to be who knows what, and now
right, that's what it means.
Now I'm
now,
okay.
Now, so in this, the answer was, let go of your averis, move on in life. Even if a person did a avera, he ate chazer, and he did tshuva on that. What?
You're not about tshuva anymore. You were about tshuva when you did tshuva, now you're not.
Okay, but if you're still living with your avera, so then there's a chasar in there. And this is an important. Now there are those who say that that's a good thing, and some say it's a bad thing, because chatosi lenegdi samid.
Well, no.
It depends if you're a positive person or negative person.
Yeah, okay, but there are different. It depends what you're talking about. These are the kind of things that there depends on a lot of.
If you're using it as an excuse, then it's a bad thing. If using it as a way to.
Why? I've moved on from there.
That's
Good.
that's if you're not using it as an excuse. But if you're not, and you know that you could easily fall back into your old ways.
So, everything depends on where you are. Okay?
Tshuva doesn't say you should do it because once you already were in such a matzav and you did it a few times, you could easily fall back to it. So you have to make sure you keep.
Lord, the Gemara in the 8th parak, of Yuma discusses this question. Barichas. Avodah shesvad aleim Yom Kippur b'sha'avar v'lo shana aleim afilu yachzor lachzor v'zvadas aleim. Now, I would just and the Mishnah Berurah quotes me, as the Gemara says, "V'chatasi negdi samid." Okay.
Isn't one version of Kol Nidrei, which there's something in brackets, is to mention the year previous also?
No,
That's one version of Kol Nidrei, and that is Kol Nidrei is going on very specific kinds of things. It's not Kol Nidrei is going on the Dorim.
Right.
It's not going on everything.
Once we're on the topic, why is Nidarim such a central role? Rosh Hashanah we do a Terz Nidarim, and Kol Nidrei is all about that. No, I mean it's not a good thing Nidarim, but like
I'll just tell you,
yeah,
if you look at the Vidui pamphlet,
the ones that for us.
yeah, I think like a third of all the Viduim that we say have to do with things that people say with their mouths. Okay, that's a very big part of Aveira. Is
Neder though is a certain Neder includes Lashon Hara includes.
No, a neder is where the human creates ruchnius. That's why it's central, according to many. Okay. I would like to read a Mishnah Berurah because I think that this Mishnah Berurah will be problematic for you. That's why I'm reading it. Okay? Mishnah Berurah Yud Gimel. A person who said Vidu last year, you can do it again this year. Af ben Adam L'Chavero. Even if a person did a chet ben Adam L'Chavero, you still could say Vidu again. The person that you stole from, he was moichel you, and you gave back the gzela, so there's nothing more to do. Why? Besides the chet of ben Adam l'chaveroi, there's also chet of ben Adam l'makom.
But you did shuvah for ben Adam l'makom also. What's the difference?
Okay, did Hashem come and tell you that he's moichel you?
Well, what's the difference in the other Aveira you did? Aveira ben Adam l'makom full stop, not Adam l'chaveroi.
Your question is incorrect. And I'm not going to answer your question. Your question is incorrect. On Averis ben Adam l'makom, we understood that you could ask mechila again,
right?
Because we don't know that you fulfilled your obligation.
Okay.
Ben Adam l'chaveroi, where you know that you fulfilled your obligation,
Right.
maybe it's incorrect to ask mechila again.
Okay,
Right,
so
that's
for sure Kelev she
right, because there's nothing
Lashon
wrong.
is the Ben Adam
There's Adam l'makom, and it's just like every other avera. Now here is the part in Mishnah Berurah that I read this for. Aval im hiknit chaver b'dvarim. All you do was verbal abuse, or ani amahapech b'charara, and you didn't cause technical financial loss. Yeshlam b'chaygav shabikish mechila mechavero v'zvada b'yom kippur me'achon ein tzach lezvada b'yom kippur m'sheni. There are certain averas which it's not enough of a qualified avera that we could say once you got the mechila, you got the mechila. You don't have to do anything else.
We could have ein zaz misham type of thing. That's a machloi.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with that. It has to do with the how the Aveda has to be rectified. Be'etzem, it's a good question. I stole from you, I gave you back the money, and you said you're meichel me. Why should I? What's left to do? What's left to say Vida the next year? So the Beram L'Mokom. But what about if there's some kind of Beram L'Chaveroi that doesn't have that aspect of call it of a Beram L'Mokom? It doesn't, because it's not a strong enough Avera. In other words, if I just made you feel bad, it's not enough of an Avera. There are many things in Beram L'Chaveroi. I'm just going to tell you a thing which is very difficult for people to understand. Beram L'Chaveroi generally has a Shulchan Aruch to it.
Okay.
And if you didn't make the grade, you didn't do an Avera.
Even Bidei Shamayim.
Right.
So
There's no
the
the Bidei Shamayim is if there was an Avera, if there was an Avera that was done.
But some things are not quite an Avera, but the Bidei Shamayim could be a problem.
Yeah, I just would like to say over, there's something from the Chazon Ish which I like very much. I believe that this is what we should be thinking about when we're doing this Mishnah Berurah. You go to the bus stop. You're the first stop on the bus. And there's somebody that got to the bus stop before you. You're only two people at the bus stop. Is there any reason that you have to wait for the first person to go onto the bus first?
Yes.
What's the reason?
Several. There could be Chulu Hashem. People perceive you.
All those reasons are not reasons. Those are after it's incorrect, and those reasons come into play.
That's it.
I don't understand that one.
Yeah, just to train yourself to don't butt before the next guy, because maybe the next time there won't be seats for you.
Okay.
It's not a good midah.
We're going to
Put yourself second.
Now I want to ask you a question. I went on the bus before the other guy. Do I have to ask him mechila?
According to Shulchan
No.
Aruch, no.
And according to Gil Garomik?
I don't think
If you're
it's a good thing to do.
Shemayim,
I asked you a question and you tell me something totally different. Do you have to ask him mechila or not?
You should work on yourself. I don't know if that's asking mechila.
It was only Ben Adam La'atzmo, so the reason was that the personal midah training within and of yourself. So you don't have to mechila because you're training yourself. So that had nothing to do with him, really. It had to do with me. That's what you were trying to say.
Okay, so
So I don't have to ask mechila. I didn't do anything to him.
right, so
But when I smashed the guy over that and called him Aloy, so that's a little different.
no, I don't think so. So this is what you have to know. When is it that it's called that you've reached the threshold that you did something wrong? That's the question.
But I do have to ask him.
You have to know
Correct?
Choshev.
It does say here
Yes.
that I have to ask him, right?
Yes.
So that means I hit some threshold.
But that's it. That's only between you and him.
Right.
It's not enough. It's not enough.
How did it stop
You
there?
and the Talmud.
If it was chal that I didn't answer because I have to ask him mechila, then every ben for this Mishnah Berurah, every ben adam no makom has been no chaver has been adam no makom also.
Incorrect. That's what I'm telling you.
Then how did
That's
okay.
because it's
How
not enough.
could-
It's not enough. It's not enough of an avera.
God doesn't care. What do you mean?
He lets you legislate this piece.
Let's you legislate this piece.
Okay, I'm just going to use this as an example.
Yeah, please.
I said that you're not going to understand, right?
It's hard- it is hard to understand. It's what you-
But I'm going to give an example. Let's say Chatzi Shir. Person does an avera, that's a Chatzi Shir, right?
Doesn't reach a threshold.
Okay, but we could understand that it's not an Issa, right? No Issa Midraisa,
Us to punish you, yeah.
right?
No, because
So-
it's an issa, but you're not chayav. As in, you're not supposed to do it.
If I stole from you less than a pruta,
Or a model.
It's not called stealing.
Hashem did not like it.
It's not called stealing. It's not called stealing.
That's the point.
It's not
What?
stealing, but you're not expected to do it.
okay, but so do I have to ask Mechila?
No.
Yes.
You're working on something.
No.
You'll come to still more.
No. You took from the guy. I say we can't penalize you in court, but you took from the guy. You know.
But you didn't do anything wrong. You had the image of threshold of an avera, so essentially you did
In
nothing
court.
No, this is actually a debate between the Shach and the Ktsais.
So someone who's like both those names. I mean, if one of those, I'm good.
No, in other words,
Yeah.
it's nitan l'mechila, right? There's a given that a person is meichel. Right, so there's.
He doesn't hold it against you.
I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a
Even if he
question.
does, it's irrelevant because essentially you didn't do anything wrong.
I want to ask you a
I have
question.
to ask him.
My neighbor is building. Okay, so there's a big pile of dirt. Right? He's making a garden, and I take a fistful of dirt, and I take it home. Do I have to ask him mechila?
He's saying obviously it's less than a shower.
It's nothing sharp.
According to Salanter, who says it's just going to make things worse and it's going to make him angry. How can you get a mechila with getting a guy angry? But without that, why not? If you know that a guy will be meichel you did something wrong against him.
You didn't do anything against him. He's meichel. You did something wrong, maybe, but not against him.
I took his thing and said my property.
Yes, but you didn't.
I stole from
By
him.
definition, you
The
didn't
Torah
steal.
says, Yid is Meichel, Achos Moshe Pruta, therefore,
Therefore-
that's a side thing.
Therefore,
you didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
okay.
Maybe you did, but it's meichel.
No, but the mechila already happened.
It's automatic. Okay.
Yes,
You
based
did
on that, the
anything
mechila already happened. But that's not because.
I'm not going to belabor this point, but I'm just going to use a mashal.
Yeah.
Somebody wiped their hands in somebody else's towel.
Who's the gun now?
You know nothing. Does you have to ask mechila?
No. It was damage.
Something a person would be makpid on usually.
You didn't cause any mandatory.
I don't know what you're talking about. I asked you, does he have to ask mechila or not?
No,
I would think so.
you
Yes.
do not.
What did he do wrong?
He used another person's eyes to know a person would be makpid if someone else uses their towel. Generally, people are makpid on that.
Did he cause any damage?
I did something against you.
No problem. But doesn't mean that.
Okay, so
You did something
I
that
have
the
to ask
person
you
would
for
not-
apologize.
Would not want him to do.
You're too machmir.
And when I went in front of you in the line to get onto the bus,
That could be necessary.
But there it was no different. It didn't cause him to lose his seat. There was no consequence.
there's nothing happened to your towel. It works exactly the same.
That's your sweat on
And
it.
it's okay. He doesn't know.
It's just
But I have
as
to
the
have a sweat killer.
person.
It doesn't
Someone else
know.
uses their towel.
He's clearly that would be very annoyed to wipe his face in your
Could be
sweat.
as annoyed about the rest also. Doesn't mean it's wrong.
I don't know if he would be annoyed.
The interesting is it not usually
I
have
get
a
it.
shit.
The Rav is right.
I looked up the Rashi and it was the same.
Okay, so there you use the safer. That's something which has a financial value to it. So that's worse.
Even though
the guy's
it's
Meichel.
gone down in value.
I don't know if it's
Mitzvah.
no, but there by taking it, you have to automatically accept responsibility. You're chayiv in Ointzim, there's all kinds of halachas that are involved.
Often that happens once you move it.
Right? But I'm just saying, I don't agree with you. And not that I don't feel for you. I
It's saying
feel
it's
for you.
logical, doesn't it?
I feel for you. No, the two things that are not related. I have to ask you, Mechila, if I want to tell you something. I have a neighbor that had a brand new car. He got it as a tourist or as a Ola. And he had it less than a month. And someone banged into his door. And he went to an adjuster. And the adjuster said the car didn't go down in value. Because a brand new car, you drive it out of the showroom, it already, right? So
Also
this damage didn't
Devalue the car.
didn't devalue the
The
car,
insurance doesn't know.
right? So did he damage him or not?
Physically,
There's
yes.
no
Financially,
mishuma.
no.
There's no agmas nefesh. What's it called? Agmas
Physically
nefesh.
damage.
There's no such thing in halacha.
Of agmas nefesh.
No, no such thing. That is sheker v'chazav.
Only if you damage a person.
Okay, there's no
Person.
no in halacha thing that I have to apologize to you for the agmas nefesh I caused you.
If you damage a person.
Agmas nefesh. Now I smashed
Rosh
your door,
Hashanah.
and now you drive a brand new car. It was geschmack, and now it's much less geschmack. I think we all get that.
There is no.
No such thing as agmas nefesh. Okay.
Only if you hurt someone, not if you damage a person.
So then, yeah.
Say it, but then there's liability, whatever. But no such thing as
But
agmas nefesh.
nothing happened.
When I pay a guy, I stole from a guy. I have to return him the money, and also I can get the mechila because of the agmas nefesh. It costs me taking the money. No, I made that up just now.
No, because that partially, but that's part of the act of stealing. Includes that. But over here, I didn't. I want to ask you a question.
Please.
If I have a house and I'm selling my house and it has a dud shemesh, does it cost more money than a house without a dud shemesh?
Yes.
It's like a feature.
It costs money to replace a good
Okay. It's like a feature.
Did I ask that
There's no
question?
value. Okay.
I asked a very different question.
Okay. And I smash a duchemesh.
Go a second. 2 houses are for sale. Is there going to be a difference in price with one that has a dud shemesh and one that doesn't? What? Absolutely not. Just like
Rent, yes.
what floor your apartment is on.
Definitely has value.
Not financial.
An apartment on the 4th floor will cost much less than
An
one on the 1st
elevator,
floor.
yes.
Costs what? $5.
Second and third floor, there's not a difference in price.
Okay, second of all, maybe.
But is there a difference?
We've sold houses before.
Is there a
The guy
difference?
says, "Are all the ACs working? If they're not working, then I want a discount."
Okay. But then you want a discount. But the price is the same thing.
Okay.
You know, right? So
Yeah.
not all things. I think this is a very important yesod in halacha in general. I had a question when I was a teenager, which is a super silly question, but has absolutely no answer. In halacha, there is idius, beinus, and ziburis. Okay, you get 100 meters of ziburis, 75 meters of beinus, and 50 meters of idius. Right? Okay, which one will sell the quickest? The Gemara says that idiot sells quicker. So if idiot sells quicker, that means that it wasn't adjusted properly. You understand what I'm saying? This is wrong. This is a mistake. Okay?
Monetary.
Because not all differences can be compensated by money. No, there's a preference. But value, it's 50, 75, 100. There's no mistake, but there are more kaiftzim on the idiots than there are on the ziburis. Right? This is I don't know if this is extremely logical or an extremely illogical thing. I'm not sure what I'm saying right now is.
Is that what bar mitzvah is yasher bar tov? Because it's really not a monetary thing.
Not necessarily. I believe that location is something that is of value.
No,
But there's just to him that has that.
Yeah, it has me only.
No, but it has value.
Because it's mine. Because it's more mine, not because it's in a better spot.
For
In a
you,
better
it's
spot for me.
For you, right?
Yeah, but it's not because it's in a central
Okay.
location.
So I'm just saying. So this is like I call this. This is the prime example of not everything has a way to be halachically understood.
And correctly, you don't hit that halachic point. You don't hold the guy an apology.
That's what it seems to say.
Even emotionally feels good.
No, you're gonna have to figure it out.
It takes time.
Okay.
It's hard.
Explain the story, for example.
He did give you mechila. The question is, if you have to go back again.
That was our particular, but the Rav saying there's no such thing as agos nefesh. There's no chalois kesef that you don't have to pay on the because of the gezel. Then there's no such thing as agos nefesh. I understood it correctly, that's what you're trying to say. Smash the guy's door, there's no money I have to pay, the guy go jump in the lake.
I don't know that you have to.
I don't have to tell him to jump in the lake.
No, but it's if there always all these cases there will be some kind of a. I just want to make something clear. This is I don't think I got introduction to Choshen Mishpat piece over here. What does it mean? Yesh lo olav tarumas.
I can't claim it in court. There's a certain mathematical. There's a certain halachic. I know it's not because you told me that. But there's a certain.
Right, that not everything is enough that you have a complaint.
But then, okay.
But it's not enough for a complaint.
And therefore, when there's no reason for a complaint, they don't have to ask apology.
No, so that there's such a thing is that you can have a mishapara, you should have a chacham menu. There are different levels to these things.
Okay.
But there are things that there's nothing. There's no place where you can demand from me anything.
I'm still puzzled. This famous story that's brought down like he's at Slanta. He was at some like Shepherd Bockers or whatever, and it's very late at night, and he didn't return to the house where he was lodging in order not to disturb the people. Maybe he stayed all night learning in the shul. Now, what's he teaching us for that action?
It's not so clear to such a thing as Gezushin. But
we made up a lot of things.
yeah, Chacham Sodom is the inventor of Gezushin.
If he did return to the house and woke people up, then every Yom Kippur he would have to go and ask those people for Mechil, or that's
the Chayadim would say. Now, I want to ask you a different question.
No, I said, so
You live in your house, right? And you come home, and your wife is sleeping. And you see, I know if I'm going to go into my bed, I'm going to wake her up. So you go to sleep on the couch. Then your wife wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Where's my husband? Right? But right. And let's say that doesn't happen. Right? She slept through the night, and did he do a good thing or not?
Yes.
I would think so. I would think yes.
Is it good thing? Is it necessary? No.
Because the derech of a husband is to go to sleep in his bed. You have to do like the derech.
No, but there could also be that
Unless
you don't have
you
to ask
sleep on
her
the
for
sofa,
apology, but that doesn't mean it's not the right thing to do. Two separate. Why are they connected?
Okay, so this is the point. The point is that there are many things which are
Corrected after the fact.
they are like a plus. You're very concerned
Good thing
with.
to do.
You're being hyper considerate for your wife's needs. Now, if you went to bed and you woke her up, did you do something wrong?
If you tried not to be
I don't think you did anything wrong.
if you tried your best.
And if you know that your wife,
He will for sure say he did nothing wrong.
yeah, that's for sure. I'm sure it's back.
No, I'm very serious. That's what you're supposed
If
to
she
go to
knows
sleep.
she's not going to fall back asleep, she's going to be up for the rest of the night. And if you don't go to your bed, she'll sleep through the rest of the night. And she's sleeping, she's going to wake up at the
So
night.
that's a different issue. That's a different issue. She has a problem, and you have to deal with her problem.
That would be not the difference.
That's not what we're talking about. That.
We'll go in and fine.
All right. I think that we spent enough time on this Mishnah Berurah.
Sufficiently confused.
Okay, very good. Okay. The Tfilas Mincha of Yom Kippur eno choisem b'vidui she'acharov. You don't end off the vidui properly. Ve'en hashliach tzibur machzor vidui b'mincha el mispal shmona esrei k'b'shar yivois hashana. He davens ve'en am ravinu malkeino v'kol shekein tachnun. You don't say on Erev Yom Kippur. Now this halacha we're about to learn is a not well-known halacha, and welcome aboard. Kol hakol loikim malchus harboim achat tfilas mincha.
It's volunteering.
Okay. Shemitoich kach yiten el liboy loshuv me'aver shabiyodoi. Knock some sense into you, right? V'noagu shanilka yomer viduyim b'shar shanilka. The guy who's getting beaten, he should say vidu when it's happening. V'hamalka omer v'hu rachim yichaper avoin. Shalosh Pamim, Shen 39 Tevos, Keneged 39 Makis. So there's a prescribed way of doing this. V'nagu lahalkos b'ritzua kol dehu, and we give the makis with a very weak string. Rak zikaron l'malkus. This is not the real deal. This is just a zikaron. V'yikach ritzua shel egel al derech shenema yoda shor kanehu. This is fascinating. This is just like in the Kaporis, we take a white one, so that so here a person does an Aveira, so he lost track of a Kadosh Baruch Hu, so we hit him with Ritzua from an Egel, which is Yada Shor Karneu. V'nilka lo yamod v'lo yeshev rak v'uta. The person who's being beaten should be hunched over. Panov latzalfon v'achrav l'doro. V'yom ha'kippurim einu v'chaper ela al hashavim hamaminim b'kaparosoi. And Yom Kippur is only mechaper for those who buy into the subject. Avol mevayit boy mechashiv libo mamoil Yom Kippur. A person says, what could it help me? Einu mechaper, like it doesn't give him a kapara. Okay, I'd say that most people are not so familiar with this halacha.
In the Bate Nathan, they used to do this.
Yeah, I know people do. I know Bachur Yeshiva did this too.
How does this? Don't you say that Yom Kippur is machaper? Even if you just sleep through Yom Kippur is machaper?
Yeah.
How does that fit in with this? You believe that's machaper and you just sleep?
I will just tell you the story my son said. I said this over, I think, 2 years ago, sometime in a Seres Yimei Tshuva. My son's neighborhood, it's like a mixed neighborhood. And there's a Russian guy, a Chiloni Russian guy. He was living there for like 10 years. And he asked somebody once, what's this day Yom Kippur? Like always sees this, So a person explained to him what Yom Kippur is. And this Chiloni said, you know what, maybe I'll fast. After Yom Kippur, the guy met him and said, what happened? He said, before Yom Kippur, I drank a bottle of alcohol and I slept through the whole thing. Okay? And he had...
Detoxify.
What?
But on his level,
Well, I wish I was on his level.
that's much more buying into the day than he was last year.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
next
So-
year he'll drink a half a
Now
bottle.
here,
and
but
at
we
least
just
at
said
night
you
he'll
have
go
to
to
believe
sleep.
that there's machaper. So he believes there's a machaper, but him drinking going to sleep.
Right.
That's it.
So this, how much do you really believe? Each person believes differently. That's, but it only works in as much as you believe.
Why don't we do this minhag in Alpha Shalom? Kippur, we can buy a blef, we can buy him a little strap, and anyone that wants, he can do that.
A nice thick strap. What?
Koldu.
I've only seen it done once in Israel, almost 40 years ago, but it wasn't from the ship. It was done in the mikveh before Yom Kippur, in the north.
Then the mikveh is right before mincha.
Yeah,
Right? You go from the mikveh to mincha.
I've only seen it done once. I've never seen it done.
I've seen it done a few times. And I would just say the following. All of these things are a symbolism. If you're not there, it doesn't pay to do it. Okay? Now this is not like a halacha. This is a thing to get you to where you're supposed to be. If it's not going to get you where you're supposed to be, so then you're just not wasting your time. Okay. Lav dafka shoysh v'teisa mitoch kach debe'enes ma'malchus mo b'zman hazeh de'en lano smuchim. We can't have malchus today because we don't have smuchim. V'gam en chiyuv malchus delek hasra. You only get malchus if there was hasra. El de'oisen kein shemitoch kach yoshuv. Shalosh pa'amim ashamti b'ganati kol dehu afal pi shadira b'roich of tefach. The real one that they give you with malchus is a tefach thick. Huadin the like Iraq malchus kala. Panav latzafon v'yesh amer shuadin ibcha panav l'daram v'achar l'tzafon. Ubarak lafukesh lo ya'achar v'mizach olamayrev shehem mekoy meshashkin ashari.
goes into the bathroom sugyas? What are we supposed to...
She'ikar chatas ha'adam hu machmas mamon tichsiv mitzafon zov ya'aser v'al kei machnia atzmo l'ois etzad l'odiyah shemisham bo la'achet, because of money, that's usually why people sin. V'chei noyagin. Okay. Now, Surah HaMafsekes. Oichlin u'mafsikim koidem bein hashmoshes shetzorch l'hoisef michol ala kodesh. V'tois zeh ein lo shir ela koidem bein hashmoshes shezmano 1,500 sa'amo koidem olayla. V'tzorch l'hoisef michol ala kodesh ma'atoi harbe. You have to add on a little bit more. Now, I'm just going to mention the idea of the Surah HaMafsekes, according to some, is really just like every yontif you're supposed to have a Surah. So the Surah that you're supposed to be eating on Yom Kippur, we eat it early the day before. Okay.
Early before Mincha or
Early before the day starts. Okay.
Before
Yom Kippur starts.
Before Yom Kippur
Before
starts.
Yom Kippur starts.
Right. Okay. Noshu ochos v'shoisach achashecha v'einem yodesh hamitzah loisa michol al kodesh em mamchim biyodam k'dei shelo yavo lasas bezodam. This is a fascinating halacha, which is important to know. Mutov sheyiyu shogigim v'al yu mezidim. If you know that the person is not going to listen to you anyways, why upgrade his avera from a shogig to a mezid? What? According to some. Who I did called over Isser, Amir Mutter Sheshagim I Vizilim, and Dafka Sheinu Mufursh Batera. Aval Bishu the Raisa. Even if it's the Raisa, as long as it's not Mufursh the Torah. Aval Mufursh Batera, Moichem Biyodam, we cannot allow them to do it, and we have to give them a macha, even if they're not going to listen.
What's the difference between those things?
So I have to see there's a lot in Nachronim about that. Okay. Vim Yodei Hashem Dov Nishmoim, Lo Yoyme Barabim, Lo Chicham, Rak Pamachas. You shouldn't say it only one time. Avol Lo Yarbe B'Tachachas V'Ach Shedei Shelo Yishvu Alav, Avol B'Yochel Chayav L'Chichoy, Ad Sheyakeno V'Kaleno. You have to give Techacha until the guy actually will respond.
Fix it, strap it.
Yeah, and give you malchus.
Why they boy you better?
They did that in Kippur already.
Yeah, okay.
They should have used to this.
ודווקא בידי בוודאי שלא יקבל ממנו, אבל סופק שמקבל צורך למחוס, אפילו מידי דרבנן. If you have a suffix and the person is going to listen, then you have to tell him. ועוד כל דבר איסור, צריך לומר, גם כן שבור לו שלא יקבל ממנו, וכל זה אין חילק בין רב ומיוחד. And this, I just use it as an example. Someone is about to speak Lashon Hara. My experience is, it's not usually a vadai. A lot of times you'll tell the person who'll back down. I mean, with the Shevishah again, with Tzad Elav Gan came Bora Lo Yishem Yomer Lahem Lo Yikabo Imenu Kanal. But calls their Davka Ba'akshav Hem Shagin. Avuk Shayodim Shu Osir V'Ovidim Amazing Tzach Lachichem Gam Shabola Shlo Yikablen. Need me Shenu Machicho Enu Nemesh Avor Chatom Kivan Shabola Lo Shlo Yikablen Mikol Mokom Nitzel Lachichom. This means that if you know the person does this avei repeatedly and doesn't care, you're still mechuyev to give him techacha, because he's not going to do it now b'shogeg. He's doing it b'mezid anyways.
Oh, not going to flip him from shogeg to mezid.
Right.
He's already flipped.
Right.
And therefore,
Sheidim ratzo laimar the azon yichol litla shogegim mu'atim mutayim heim bazeh mashalo shamalanu mashrem olam shu aser machmas the kilo adobo velochein amina dezeh mutar sheyeshagim. Avodah b'fush b'Torah ve'im oivrim al zeh bevadai einam shogegim veloshach b'loimer mutar sheyeshagim u'machilim b'u v'anshinu ad leparshi. We force them to stop and what they're doing. Moichem b'yadol davka b'leka sakana avalika chash sakana ein tzach limchos. And this is sometimes you can only have that situation. B'cheikas v'chinuch mitzvah shlamates v'aychash mishpat v'biyar there is shin lamedalit.
I don't see it says throw rocks at him though.
Who throw rocks at who?
Someone driving in Shabbos.
What?
Someone driving on Shabbos.
Why do you throw rocks at someone driving on Shabbos?
That's what I was trying to ask.
What?
The Rav asked my question. That was my point. We see you're not supposed to throw rocks. Then
I don't know. The people.
my point is, you're supposed to discriminate myself, but to start, stopping him from driving by standing in front of his car. That doesn't say.
That's okay.
No, doesn't say supposed to do that either. Don't discriminate.
I'm not right now going to discuss the subject, but I will just tell you the following statement.
Okay.
The people who are driving on Shabbos, on Rehov Sorek, Ayalon, or wherever, they know that you're not allowed to drive on Shabbos.
Yes.
Okay? So this whole halacha doesn't apply.
Should feel bad.
What?
Macha is only if it produces peros that the person will
No,
stop.
you totally took something out of context. A macha is for the person. Now you want to know if there's also an aspect of a macha for you. That's another issue.
For sure, but you have to be moichen. The point of your macha is supposed to try to get the guy to stop.
That's the reason why you moicha.
That's it. If the guy won't stop, go to law, he goes legal.
That's basically what it says over here, right? There's another aspect of being moicha so that you don't get affected.
Those Hilchos Chaim and the Berurah Chaim over there say you have to give him to the Chacham even if the guy's not going to stop unless you want to do more.
That has to do with these other halachas that we're discussing over here. But there's such a concept. Okay, let's stop over here.